Hi, and welcome to the Crit Hit Wild podcast, where we cover all things Marvel Crisis Protocol, and we do a new character every week. This week, we are going to be talking about Nimrod, the Nimrod the Hunter, and I'm your host, Fred.
I'm Brad.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Steven.
I'm Kyle.
Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. Hello, everybody. Hi. I'm I'm excited to have a friend of ours named Kyle joining us today. He is one of the participants in the upcoming Appalachian Cup tournament, and he is also someone who absolutely loves Nimrod the Hunter. So he's a perfect person to have on this episode. Also, before we get moving on, how is everybody doing today? How are you doing today, Brad?
I'm doing great. I spent the whole
I'm
day
glad to
watching
hear that.
TV.
I think I know what you were watching, and I approve. It's a very good thing. How are you doing today, Steven?
I'm doing fine. It's a rainy Easter down here in South Carolina.
Yeah, it was an absolutely beautiful day in Charleston. In Charleston, West Virginia, I should say. How are you doing today, Brandon?
I enjoyed the beautiful day. I got some laundry done, got some cleaning done, got a little bit of everything done. So it's been a pretty productive day.
That's good to hear. How about you, Kyle? How are you doing?
I cannot complain. It is a pretty great day.
It's good days all around. Spring has sprung. We're all ready to get started in living a normal life in normal hourscapes as opposed to living the dark life in wintertime. Well, I think that we should
Pretty
get
sure it's supposed to
started.
be like 50 degrees in like 2 days here.
I
So
think that on Tuesday the low is 32.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if I approve
Like a
of your
rubber
statement.
band.
Yeah. Oh well. Hey, I'm enjoying it while it's here. Okay. Well, coming up later this month, on April the 11th, there is a tournament at Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. That is our local game store. This is going to be a small event, so please come and
really
visit.
small.
Come. We need. Is it really?
Is
am
it still
I-
just Brad signed
I'm
up?
the only one signed up currently.
Well, I will sign up. I need to remember to do it after this podcast, but I'll sign up. I'll be there. But yeah, it may just be Brad and I. That's fine. But we would
I
love
mean,
to
I can
see more
sign up
people
and
show
not
up.
show up.
That doesn't help me, Kyle. But thanks.
As someone who used to do that, I think it just makes him more upset.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And then coming up on the 25th of April is the finals for the Appalachian Cup 2025-2026 season. And the final 16 have already been chosen, and I believe that we know who everyone is playing. I think we know what's going on. So
Yeah, I have a question. Kyle, do you
what's
know,
that?
do
What's your
you-
question?
Kyle, do you know who you're playing round one?
Yeah, I'm playing Bryce round one. I think if the bracket's accurate. Why?
The bracket's accurate. I was just curious. I'm playing
Okay.
Jeff, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Fred, who are you playing?
I don't know. Who am I playing?
Oh my god.
I haven't looked at
could've-
the bracket.
I probably had a better chance to tell you who Fred was playing than Fred did, to be honest.
Do you know who Fred's playing?
Well,
I think he's playing Steven.
Is he really? Because I was about to ask
Is
Steven
that
who
the case?
he was playing.
I haven't even looked.
Okay.
we may be playing each
You
other,
guys are
Steven.
awful.
Yeah,
I'm just
we
making
are
stuff up.
awful.
I have no idea, but I don't know. I should, if it's maybe I can sneak into the Discord and find out who everyone's playing.
Well, while you're doing that, let's move on. Oh,
Oh, I just had other
what was that?
other stuff. There is also a tournament at Battlegrounds April 11th. That's the same time as ours. If you're closer to that one, I guess go to that one. That's in Akron area.
Where is Battleground?
Akron area.
Oh, okay.
Battlegrounds to board games.
I don't know. It just says Battlegrounds.
Is that the store?
It just
Okay.
says
Because there's a
Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds to says there's a Battlegrounds to board games. That's in Canton, Ohio, which is really close to Akron, like 12 miles. That's why I asked.
This says Battlegrounds Game Center in Ravenna, Ohio. It's at 228 Ravenna, sorry. 228 South Sycamore Street, Suite 100. If you're looking to go there.
That is approximately 10 to 12 miles east of Kent, which is another 12 miles east of Akron.
Yeah. This
Well,
is
there you
case
go.
people-
Now everyone knows exactly where it is.
this is
Geographically isolating the location.
this is Chance's home store, I think. And his friends that
Okay.
come to a bunch of the events. But Chance has been on the podcast, so people probably know who he is. And Drew's running it.
Well, oh, okay. Yeah, everyone should attend then, because Drew runs a great event, and Chance is a fantastic player. As are all the people in his little circle. It is a group you should play against because they are very talented and very good at this game. They are people who know how to play well, and you're only going to get better if you play against people who play well. Okay, well, those are the events that are coming up in the month of April. There is some news that we want to discuss because there have been some interviews after Adepticon, after the keynote, and I'm going to throw it over to Brad to discuss what the information was that was released in those interviews. Hey, Brad.
I think we talked about some of it last time, but there is more information about Onslaught that I remember hearing afterwards. So they, in an interview on House Party Protocol, recommend listening to yourself, but there's a lot of information about Onslaught in there, and it sounds like his leadership is going to work a lot like Apocalypse. They mentioned that they designed Apocalypse this way and Onslaught this way, and then tweaked Thanos this way. That they're very strong as the leader of their affiliation, because their affiliation leadership gives them bonuses, and not so much as a splash piece. They also mentioned that Onslaught's going to have a lot of control. So,
Oh, boy.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
And he's high points, but they didn't say how many points.
He also looks like a horseshoe crab.
He looks like what?
He looks like a little horseshoe crab.
A little horseshoe crab. Oh, you know what? I kind of see it. I see what you're talking about.
Fred is playing Jeff at the App Cup first round, not me. I'm playing Josh Sinclair first round. Kyle is playing Bryce.
Okay.
And Steven, you're playing Josh from Akron area.
So I was the only person who got there. Right.
Yes, you
Yes.
were the only
Yeah,
person
yeah.
who got there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the news that we have. I think that we should talk about games that we've played recently. So, Steven, do you have any games that you want to talk about on the podcast?
Unfortunately, no, I do not. I mean, I would share them, except I haven't been playing anything. So I'm going to be rusty for the App Cup and then lose all my games. It'll be cool.
You'll do well. You'll do well. We gotta speak up about yourself. You're a good player. You'll do well in the SAP Cup.
Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
uh, well, I had a game that I played actually yesterday. I played against Brad. Uh, I'm gonna keep some of the detail. I'm not gonna go super in depth on this game because Brad was playing Sentinels. He wanted to try out some of the new models that we know about, and so he was playing Nimrod and Bastion. And I'm Bastion's leadership. I just want to say this. It is really devastating. It is quite a good leadership. It might be one of the better leaderships in the game. That reducing the power that your opponent gets when they take damage really hurts. Really hurts. That is quite a lot of power that I'm not getting that I really needed. I was trying out Medusa's leadership, something that I have been avoiding. I have tried not to play her leadership because I've been enjoying Maximus the Mad so much. And I'll tell you this, I missed Maximus the Mad. I missed all my extra rerolls, man. Those are really nice. Uh, Her leadership is good. There was one point where Maximus was going to Spender Nebula. He would be able to move if he took her out, and then Spender another model, and it would have been an amazing activation. But I, of course, whiffed my dice on my attack into Nebula and did no damage.
No, that's not
So
true. You did 2
uh,
damage. You just didn't take her out.
I didn't take her out, and I needed to take her out in order to get that little short move in order to do what I wanted to do. Oh well. If I had succeeded in that, you would hear me saying that Medusa's leadership was awesome and that I love it a lot. As it currently stands, I'm kind of tepid on it. It was fine. It was nice sometimes, but it mostly did not come into play very much. I remember once I triggered it, and because Brad was using the new models for Sentinels, he had hit the model with an ability that makes it so they can't heal, and I couldn't even do the heal, which is the thing I wanted to do the most. Oh well. Uh, I This game was very swingy. In round two, I dazed like 3 of Brad's models, but then in round 3, Brad dazed I think 4 or 5 of mine. So it was
Yeah,
the classic rubber band MCP game.
I played Directive 1 on the 3rd round, so Fred didn't have any defensive rerolls. Um, so I killed a lot of stuff. That card is
Yeah.
awesome. The game came down to Fred attacked a Prime Sentinel with Gorgon, did enough damage to daze her. I recaled it. He fell 1 short, and I won the game off of that.
If I had done 1 more damage, we would have been tied, and I would have been in a better position for the next round to win the game. But, oh well, you can't win them all. I wish that I had my Maximus rerolls. I bet I would have possibly gotten in there. Oh well. All right, well, that was the game that I have played. Brandon, I'm gonna assume that you don't have anything to discuss, games wise.
Wow. That's
Am I right?
pretty. I have played a game since I was on this podcast last.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't remember anything about it.
Okay. All
Wait,
right.
did I talk about the game where I kicked Memphis' teeth in?
Yes, I believe that you did.
Okay. Yeah, no, the other games were like more of like teaching-ish games, so probably not.
Okay. Well, Kyle, do you have any games that you've played recently that you want to talk about?
I played like we got about halfway through the game before we had to leave, but me and Cody played a game like in the middle of a brewery the other day. And I'm not sure why, but we just kind of set up a pallet on a table and set a mat up and started playing some MCP. So
Okay. Is that did you send pictures of
I
this?
just posted the pictures of it in the chat. Yeah.
This looks awesome. You're just in the floor of a brewery, and like their
Yeah.
big industrial brewing vats in the background.
Who hasn't played a
Yeah, we
game
set
of
up my
MCP in a
apocalypse mat,
brewery?
but it's still a work of progress. But in a spooky brewery, it was fun. I mean, Sarah Gilbert's fiance gave us like a tour of the brewery and stuff like that because she was working, and then we just kind of set up and played. Because normally we go to recess on Thursday nights, but she needed us to come out there for something. I can't remember why. So
The
so
Okay. Well,
actress
atmospheric. Can't tell you much about the game. What?
Kyle, the very famous actress Sarah Gilbert.
No. Sarah Gilbert's fiance, as in
Oh,
like
I
Gilbert.
misheard that.
You
I
know,
thought I
Gilbert.
thought you had a connection with the actress Sarah Gilbert.
No, I don't know Sarah Gilbert. That's
And that
Darlene, right?
the actress's fiance.
Yeah. No, I
Very
wish
confused.
that would be cool.
That
but-
makes a lot more sense because
No.
I know who Gilbert is.
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that you were doing a bit.
No,
Brad.
I just did not understand what he said.
Well, this looks like a lot of fun actually. Setting in Second Wind, we play in a brewery, and I can
anymore.
attest that it is a cool space. Yeah, not anymore. It is a cool space to play a game of MCP.
It smelled pretty hoppy in there.
Was it a hoppy good time?
No, I mean we only got halfway through the game, but Cody was devastating me. I hate it when he tries.
When he comes correct.
Yeah.
Who were you playing? What was the team that you brought?
I was playing Avengers, and I can't remember what Cody was playing. I think he was trying out Inhumans, maybe, but I'm not too sure.
Well, they suck.
I
Well, he
can
must have.
kind of.
Yeah, he must have traumatized you bad.
It was it was actually I think it was just mostly Immortal Hulk, but
Yeah, I mean that's something to traumatize you. Immortal Hulk is quite the monster to be up against.
yeah. Gilbert always yells at me for bringing Gladiator, and he's usually right half the time. So
50
Was he
proof.
right? So he was right this time as well. I do see Gladiator on the table.
yeah, he was. Well, I don't know if he was right this time, but Cody was right this time because I'm pretty sure the first thing he did was focus down Gladiator.
Yeah, that's usually the best thing to do against Gladiator. I'm learning.
Yeah, and I'm like an attrition grandpa, so he knows like if he just makes it so that I can't hurt him, then I forget what points are. So
You and me both. All
I don't
right.
know, man.
I'm gonna throw it over to Steven. Steven, do you have a topic for us today?
Yes. Disclaimer: I actually preempted this on the preamble here that we have before we get on the air, and for some reason, I don't know why I haven't thought about it before, but I'm kind of miffed, and it's kind of coinciding with mutant kind in the fact that I noticed that Inhumans have this nice little keyword called Inhumans, but I'm just wondering why AMG neglected to put the word mutant on all mutant cards. So,
I mean, the Inhuman rule is quite nice, I gotta say. And if they were to give a similar rule to all of the mutants, all mutants would be amazing.
well, I'm not even talking the same rule. Just put mutant on the card with no powers, and then have somebody come along who's like King Black Bolt, that says if there are mutants on the board, this person affects them this way. Because he
Would King
can.
Black Bolt be the person to do that?
No,
Well,
no, no.
King.
He's just saying like King Black Bolt. But I mean, I don't know who's the mutant messiah. X-Man? Would
No,
it be
it's
X-Man?
Hope.
Oh, it would be
I
Hope.
mean, Hope would be pretty good. Yeah, that would be a good
Hope
option.
is the mutant
But
messiah.
I like X-Man though because he's actually mutant Jesus.
Sometimes, yes.
I honestly think it's an oversight on their part, to tell you the truth.
Here's
Is
I think you're right. I think you're right. That it would be the kind of thing that would make a lot of sense to have, even when they're on disparate factions that don't even cross over. If the person is a mutant, having a mutant rule would be a way to make the, like, at least thematically relevant that they're mutants. I
Mhm.
think you're right. That is something that I feel like they overlooked when they were first designing the mutant factions.
it's like, okay, Magneto's on my X-Men team. Here's the reason why. There's this little keyword called mutant. You know what I mean? Even though he doesn't share an affiliation. So
okay.
Could it be a big M, little M issue though?
I don't know.
I
It's just
think
it would to me it would just make it more thematic. I mean, Inhumans are definitely not as popular as mutants or X-Men or any of those um, any of those titles, and why they got a special word. Like Winter Guard. You could do the same thing and say, Russian. You know what I mean? Or whatever you wanted to do to give a little hype to these affiliations, without going through their whole card like they're doing, with the updates, and saying, hey, okay, we understand we've done this little thing that could, give a little boost if you take this one character in your mutant faction. So
Yeah, that does make sense. Wouldn't Darkstar have Russian and mutant in that regard?
well,
Isn't she also a mutant?
She is
it
mutant.
depends if you want to. Yeah, if it depends if you want to go down that rabbit hole. But I mean, just for the generalizations of a game, I mean, they've done some things that are, you know, everybody calls them out and says, hey, that's a little bit off skew. But in the grand scheme of things, it's just a mechanic to make some things work that might not be working. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
most
Well,
games do have keywords.
Yeah. This game doesn't.
Yeah, I think I'd rather them just eliminate the quote unquote Inhumans keyword than giving everything else keywords.
All right. Let me tell you why
I will say this.
Inhumans have a shared rule, except not all of them do because Karnak doesn't.
Karnak has the Inhumans rule. He just
Does he?
doesn't. He's
Does he
not immune to
really?
poison.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
he.
yeah,
I
he
thought
has
he
it.
was lacking both. Okay. Why they have a
It is
rule?
Quicksilver who does not have it.
Well, he's
Quicksilver
not
does not have the
actually
rule.
an Inhuman. He's a mutant.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, not anymore, but he was. Here's why mutants don't have a unifying rule, and Inhumans do. It is a big part of the story of X-Men that, at least in the eyes of the X-Men and their allies, that mutants and humans are one species. That there is not a true difference between them. Some people like Magneto think that there are. They are separate species. But the good guys in the story, that can be in air quotes if you want, believe that humans and mutants are one race that should live together in harmony. The Inhumans are decidedly a different species than humans.
Okay. Okay.
That is what
That
Even
is an
even the
important
good
distinction.
guy Inhumans claim.
Okay. Okay.
That is why
I mean, that makes sense.
the mutants don't have a different rule than the human heroes, but the Inhumans do.
Brad, on a emotional level, would you rather there be a rule for mutants,
Oh, absolutely,
or would
absolutely,
you rather?
100%. I want my mutants
Yeah.
labeled so I can say I'm playing all mutants. All I can do is say that now, and my opponents go, "Yeah, you're probably telling the truth." It does make it harder to like put like a Spider Woman in my list, and people are like, "I thought you played mutants." I'd be like, "Spider Woman is a mutant," and then they don't even question me. Uh, it makes that a lot harder.
Well,
But
but just something little like let's take 5 threat Jean Grey, right? She gets 3 power per turn, which is nice. But I would say, just have a little rule that says, hey, after she's gained her power, if somebody has the keyword mutant, she can transfer one of that power to that mutant. Just something that makes it viable for her to be out there. Something that people can build around and say, hey, this could be kind of neat. So I don't know.
So
It's
like,
just
oh god.
no, fine. Please interrupt. So
So it's Homo sapien, right? Homo superior, and then in Homo supremus.
Okay.
They
Are
could
those
just put
and
the?
yeah,
and
yeah.
and
They could
hold
just put
on,
the scientific names,
they could.
but
It's
also
just
yes, in Homo supremus.
one slight thing. I believe it's Homo sapiens superior for mutants. I think it's an
Okay,
additional
yeah.
Is
thing
that
added on the end. So it's Homo
okay?
sapiens, Homo sapiens superior, and then in Homo supremus.
Yeah,
So,
but then you also have to put like Lupin Supremus on Wolverine's card, right?
no,
Or would it
no, you
be?
do not.
Hold
You
on.
do not have to
No,
recognize
no, we're doing the
any.
Romulus thing. No, we're
You don't
doing
have to
it. Yeah, no,
recognize.
he's a wolf man. He's a wolf man, Brad.
Do you think Romulus was telling the truth, Kyle? Do you think that
Oh
that
no, I hated that arc. I
utter
just think it's
bastard
hilarious.
said anything true coming out of his mouth? No. That's all lies. All lies.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
they're doing a comic deep dive, but I'm just here for the mechanics of the game to make some things a little bit better. That's all.
It's a game without
I'm with you.
keywords, and I don't think they're gonna add keywords.
Yeah, because like it's not like AMG doesn't do keywords. Because I mean that's what Shatterpoint's whole thing
Yeah.
is for the most part,
Yes.
right? Is
Yeah.
keyword synergy. So like they know what they're doing with keywords. So they obviously aren't doing keywords for a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Well, and then Shatterpoint came out, what, 4 years after Marvel Crisis?
Yeah, but they had keywords in the
I'm with you. If
game.
they put Lupin on Wolverine's card, I'm down.
That they the core of AMG came from Privateer Press, and they had keywords at Privateer Press. They know how to do keywords. It was a conscious choice.
Well, I'm just saying it would be an interesting road to explore, and it's an interesting road to, have a discussion around. That's all.
Yeah. And it's not impossible. So one thing that they said in one of the interviews is when they do the big update and 85% of models get adjusted, at least a little bit, they are putting every character in the game in the print and play document. Every character.
That's a
Nice.
positive.
Yeah.
That's something they should have done in the past.
Yep. So it'll be every card will be horizontal. If they have new art, it'll have the new art. It'll be the new layout.
No, I just want to bring that up to have a little discussion on it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steven. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun idea.
I understand why they didn't do it,
All right.
even though I would like it. Give me my mutants.
Okay.
More mutants.
All right. Let's move on to the person that we are here to discuss today. That person being Nimrod, the hunter, otherwise known as Nimrod. His defensive line is 4, 4, and 4. He has 7 stamina on both sides of his card. He is a slow mover. He is size 4, and he is a 5 threat model. I did those backwards. I said slow mover when at the 5 threat thing because I was looking at it through a blurred. It was very blurry on the backside. But it all came out correct anyway. We know he is affiliated with the Sentinels leadership, with the Sentinels affiliation. Is there any chance of him being affiliated anywhere else, Brad?
Yeah.
Or is it just going to be
He'll
Sentinels?
be X-Force.
Okay, now that's a troll. Now you're just trolling me. There's no way.
Purifiers? Hear me out. Purifiers?
That's not a thing. That's not in the game.
It's wait.
Kyle, that's not in the game.
Well, all we're getting is Sentinels, is my guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it to Brad. Brad, why don't you do his attacks?
Unless he's intelligentsia. Maybe. All right.
Brad's intentionally not doing the attacks.
Hold on. Exciting thing about this card, him being called Nimrod the Hunter means they could make another Nimrod down the line.
Yes.
And it could be
Yes.
Nimrod the Lesser, and that would be really cool. Multiple Nimrods.
Nimrod the Greater.
But the Lesser's the really funny one from Hoxpox. Okay, Adaptive Energy Blast.
Brad, what are the attacks?
Adaptive Energy Blast. This is physical or it can be energy. Range 3, 6 dice, cost 0, gain power equal to damage dealt. Wild countermeasures. After this attack is resolved, if the attack is energy, the defender gains Incinerate. Otherwise, the defender gains Root. Energy Shock Web. Area 2, 6 dice, cost 3. After attack is resolved, if damage is dealt, the defender gains the shock special condition. And energy Total Annihilation, range 3, 8 dice, cost 4. Before damage is dealt, if the defender is size 4 or less, throw it away short. And Wild Degeneration. After attack is resolved, the defender cannot heal for the rest of the activation phase.
Yep, that's pretty devastating. All right, Steven, why don't you do the first superpower there?
Magnetokinesis. Magnetokinesis. Costs 3 power. It is an active superpower. Choose an interactive terrain feature of size 4 or less within 3 and throw it medium. This superpower can be used only once per turn.
Okay. Kyle, do you have the card in front of you?
I certainly do.
Why don't you do the next 2 superpowers?
So, teleportation matrix for 3 power. Place this character within 2 of its current position. The superpower can only be used once per turn. And then metahuman power recognition and adaptation protocol for 2 power. When this character is targeted by an attack, it may use this superpower. Add 2 dice to this character's defense roll. Add 1 additional die to this character's defense roll for each other time it has used metahuman power recognition and adaptation protocol this turn.
And Brandon, why don't you finish out the card? Have we lost Brandon? Is Brandon not here?
I just had my mic muted. He has
Okay.
enhanced Sentinel Power Core, so during the power phase, this character gains 1 additional power. Additionally, this character cannot be advanced or pushed by mystic attacks or enemy superpowers. He has flight, healing factor 2, and he is
And
immune
that
to
is
bleed and
Nimrod.
poison.
Okay. Well, there's a lot to discuss here on this guy's card. First off, let's point out that there is a misprint. It has what's it called?
Active.
Metahuman power. It has that listed as an active superpower when that is definitely a reactive superpower. And this is not the first time they've made this mistake. They made that mistake with Karnak. I find it frustrating that these have made it this far through proofreading. And I mean, is this the final? Is this a printed card? I think it
Yeah,
is that we're looking at.
this is the
So
shiny card you're gonna get as a promo at your local gaming store.
yeah, and so it's going out this way. It's going out without it being a reactive superpower. And I'm frustrated. But that's just me. That's just me. What do you guys think about this guy's card? I'm gonna throw it over to Kyle first. Kyle, what are your first thoughts on this card? On what Nimrod brings to the table?
I like him and I hate him. I
Yeah.
think that he makes me want to play Sentinels. He kind of makes me want to splash Wolverine into Sentinels, obviously. Um, Not sure which Wolverine yet though, but I really like that. I don't know. Is there anybody else who has a relatively like cost-effective area attack? Because usually they're pretty costly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. This is only 3 cost for an
Yeah.
area 2 for 6
Well,
dice.
well,
For
King
six
came
dice, he
out.
gives everybody shock.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think he's pretty great.
Yeah, I'm with you. Steven, what do you think about this guy's card?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, the way I look at it is he's got a good skeleton, but remains to be seen, barring tactics cards.
Right. We still don't know what tactics cards he's going to have available to him. He almost certainly will have some. But we don't know what they are yet. So you're skeptical? You're skeptical of what of how he's going to act?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a good skeleton to build off of, but I
He's
mean,
got a lot of good stuff here. He's got action compression. He can teleport himself. Uh, his attacks are really devastating. I think they're quite good. And he has
yeah,
healing factor too, which is tough to deal with.
but and then again, I mean, how many characters are in this game are defined by their tactics cards, right? So
Oh, most of them. Yeah, you're right. I see the point you're making. Yep. Brandon, what do you think about Nimrod?
Is he on a large base or a medium base?
He's on a large base. Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is just another one that's kind of in line with all the recent 5s we've got. And I think it's a really good place for 5 threats to be. And I think it'll hopefully help the Sentinels be a playable faction.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with the other Sentinels, with what we know, Omega Sentinel can do, Bastion, and oh my goodness, what we know Omega Sentinel can do, Bastion, and the Prime Sentinels, or what are those the 2
Prime Sentinels.
that are the same? It was I was correct. Prime Sentinels. Okay, that's gonna be confusing that they're called Prime Sentinels, and the other 5 threat in the faction is called Sentinel Prime.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad
Call the
SEO.
male one Mustang. I know that for sure.
What did you call him, Brad, during our
Lance.
game? Did you call him Liam?
Lance.
Okay. Well, Brad, I'm gonna throw it to you. What do you think about Nimrod?
Okay. Countermeasures, giving a different condition based on which attack type you did, is the first time we've seen that, and it is cool design that I expect to see more often on these pick what type of attack it is. The area attack is awesome. If you've got multiple people in range 2 of you and you have the power, like there's no reason not to do this energy attack over the adaptive energy blast, his builder. I mean, there are reasons, but like it's same number of dice. You get multiple targets. It hits a good defense usually. It's great. Total annihilation.
And it causes shock.
Yes, which is fine. Uh, Shock's good. Total annihilation, great way to try to finish off a character. Even if they're at full health, if you hit them with this, throw them into something, make sure they can't heal, there's a pretty good chance that you finish them off by the end of the turn. I love that attack. And on top of that, he has a terrain throw to help him finish characters off. And a place so that he almost always makes 2 actions. On his big base, with a place 2 and a range 3 attack, on a lot of scenarios, not all of them, he will never have to take a move action the entire game. I got to play him on Lockdown. That is a great scenario for Nimrod. He picks a side. He can be on either one of them with a place and attack no problem.
Having played against it, there came a point in the game where I was just like, I've got to not attack Nimrod to give him as little power to play with as he can. And he was still swimming in power because he generates 2 every round. And his builder is a 6 dice builder that can attack whatever my weakest defense. I guess it can't attack Mystic, but it can attack physical or energy, and does a different effect for each one. He is really quite good.
Yeah.
He is quite good and very, very scary to be against.
And how do you normally deal with something like that? You displace them, except it's hard to displace him. He has a helmet. He has
a helmet. Yeah.
He is like the Juggernaut. And healing factor on top of that. So if you chip him, he's fine. You gotta really focus him down.
Right.
I didn't get to use the defensive tech in our game because I was too busy spending my power killing all of Fred's guys. But
I was also not attacking him. I was intentionally not attacking him.
That's true as well. But this is like a cool new evolution of the pay power add dice thing that you get extra if you've done it more than once. Similar
we did
but
a little bit of
Taskmaster.
Yes, yeah. We did a little bit of theory crafting here. I was playing Medusa in our game, and if Medusa had just attacked him and I was getting my triggers, he could have added 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Is it 2 per each one, or is it just 1?
1 for each
Does it add?
attack.
Okay. But you could get up to adding 5 dice because I would attack you 4 times on her activation. And that's scary.
That does cost 8 power to do.
Yeah, and you probably it doesn't matter that much, but it's a neat little effect. I think it's a cool. It is thematic for Nimrod that he's like learning from the attacks and adapting. Very Nimrod. Okay. We don't have any of his tactics cards. Is there anything that anyone wants to add about Nimrod before we move on? Opening it up to the floor.
The model looks really
My biggest
cool.
concern with this character is just his power. How much power he's going to be able to deal with, because everything he has costs a decent amount. Everything costs like the one costs 2, but you want to do it multiple times, and everything else costs 3 or 4. So I feel like he'll definitely be wanting all the power he can get.
He is
I
power
almost
hungry. In our game, Brad, he always had power to do what he needed to do. I think that's because he was hitting Gorgon a lot, and Gorgon just kind of was a power generating machine for him. But yeah, what were you saying, Kyle? I cut you off.
Oh no, you're all good. I also think like if you're running him with Bastion, he's not paying for his first place anyways. I assume that Bastion probably would to just throw him out there, unless I'm wrong. I've been
That
fantasizing about it, but
that is something that he can do. Did you discuss doing that, Brad? Of like throwing him out with Bastion and then
I
teleporting with
I tried that in our game. I did teleport him with Bastion. Nobody was close enough for him to attack to make a power. Actually, he needed to make 2 power because I picked up a thing. So that he could teleport again. I just ended up having to move him. But it is something that's good. I did. This is more of a Bastion thing, but while I'm thinking about it, I did stumble upon a good idea. Because we were playing the one where you get an extra point if your guys are within range 2 of a secure. And
scientific sample.
yeah, I could
oh man, you can just
have.
stamp him down there.
Well, yeah, he was on a point, but the Prime Sentinel that grabbed a midline objective was not within range 2. But Bastion could have teleported her within range 2 very easily, and I could have got an extra point on turn 1. So if you have a person in your team that teleports, and you think it's going to be a close game, it seems like they always are. Uh, Having your teleport person teleport back your midline grabber so that they're within 2 of a point to get that extra point turn 1 seems like a pretty good play. Just general strategy there.
That's a good way to do things. All right. I think that we need to give Bastion a letter grade. Okay, so I think having played against him now, this guy is a big threat. He's a 5 threat with healing factor 2, with a ton of health and with a lot in his kit. He has a terrain throw, a pretty good one within range 3, and then throws it medium. He has a self place, and he is on a large base, so that's a pretty big distance that he can cover with just a teleport. It is expensive, but he generates 2 power every power phase. Is he immune to stun? He's
No.
not. He's not immune to stun. So if you are up against him, I think stun is going to be your best bet. Uh, I think he kind of rules. I think he's a good tool for the Sentinel team, and he's probably going to be a staple in the Sentinel build. Although Sentinels are now swimming in 5 threats, they've got Cassandra Nova, Prime, Prime Sentinel, and Nimrod now. But yeah, I think that's fine. It's not a problem to be swimming in 5s that are good. uh, I think he's great. I'm gonna give him a B plus. I'm gonna give him an A minus. I'm giving him an A minus. So I think there's a lot here that can be good, a lot here that can be valuable. Uh, Brad, what are you going to give to Nimrod?
I think he's cool. He may actually. They in the interviews they said they designed him so that he can play with the old Sentinels or the new Sentinels pretty equally well. I think he probably leans into the old Sentinels play style of killing everybody more. Um, and I really like him there. Um, I Other people may not agree with me. There's some people talking Sentinels in the Appalachian Cup Discord who maybe don't like him uh, for what they're trying to do, but for what I'm gonna want to do with Sentinels, Nimrod's great. I may even consider splashing him somewhere else, just as a pretty solid 5 threat that looks cool and has cool abilities. A minus.
All right, Brandon. What are you going to give to Nimrod?
I want to go with. I want to see him on the table. I do have worry about his power. I also don't know if you ever really splashed him anywhere. 5 is a really deep threat of characters and a very good threat of characters.
Not
So I
in
do worry
X-Men
about
related
if he is.
characters.
Yeah, but that's not relevant when you're splashing characters, except for to you. So I think he's a solid B. I'm worried a little bit. I do think he does a lot, but I'm not sure if he does more than other 5 threats.
That's fair. That's fair. Steven, what are you going to give to Nimrod as a letter grade?
Barring a Actis card, I'm just at a B right now.
Okay. Again, we don't know. He may get one. He probably will, but we don't know what it is yet. And judging by Kang's cards, we don't know whether the cards are going to be relevant or not. Just because Kang's cards are kind of mid, at least by my opinion. And Kyle, what are you going to give to Nimrod as a letter grade?
I think I'm also gonna give him an A because I think usually I'm like, can I splash Wolverine in though? And I can see a scenario where I can splash Wolverine into a Sentinels team and it could be devastating, doing total annihilation and then following it up with like the card where Wolverine throws himself into somebody just to really be mean. So I like A.
He's a good model. I think he's really good. All right. Well, that's our take on Nimrod. Hey, Brad, do you have any comic book recommendations that feature old Nimrod the Hunter here?
I do, but all the talk of tactics cards remind me of a bit of news that was in that same interview, the House Party Protocol one. There is a tactics card coming for Sentinels that if you jump through the hoops, you get the mother mold online, and if it's turn 5 or later, you immediately win the game.
Oh my God.
You have to, you do,
It's like one of those ones where you have to do like 5 tasks or something.
I don't, they didn't say exactly what it was. They said it's hard to jump through the hoops. They doubt they'll ever see it at like Worlds. Um,
It, it's a fun at-home table
yeah.
card, is what I'm hearing.
All right. So, comics. I have Uncanny X-Men 191 through 209. This is Chris Claremont and John Romita Jr. And Nimrod has come from the future, not back from the future. He didn't start here, go to the future, and come back. It just came from the future to kill all mutants. While he's biding his time, he takes on a human persona as a construction worker, and is just the threat of him is just kind of building in the background as these issues go. He's not in every single issue during this run, but he's in a lot of them, doing his planning to take out the mutants, and then it all comes to a head in a big fight between the X-Men and the Hellfire Club in Central Park in New York City. And Nimrod shows up, and the X-Men and Hellfire Club have to team up to try to take him down, and it may still not be enough. Because he's the ultimate mutant killer, adaptive sentinel. Yeah, that's the first
Okay,
one.
so just for those of us, Nimrod is such a weird character for those of us who don't know anything about the comics. Like, this is usually a future monster, like a threat in the future, right? And it is the robot that will unmake the mutant threat from the Sentinel perspective.
Yes.
It's the ultimate
Yeah.
adaptive thing.
The
Yeah,
the
I think
mo-
the first generation Nimrods from 811, right?
this is the
The Days of Future Past.
yeah, this is the one that came back
Okay.
that I'm talking about here. So yeah, it is the ultimate sentinel that will adapt to everything and kill all mutants, and it is made by humans at some point, uh, and then comes back to the past to be in this story. Past slash
Of course.
different dimension because they made that not the future anymore. Anyway, they changed it, so it's its own timeline now. Speaking of humans eventually making a Nimrod, X-Men number 20 from 2021. This is Jonathan Hickman and Francisco Nobili. Nimrod is inevitable, and it spells the end for mutants. Mystique is convinced to go on a secret mission to the Orcus base that is circling the sun. She is promised by the leaders of Krakoa, Magneto and Xavier, that they will resurrect her wife, Destiny. So she goes on this mission, and her mission is to take out Orcus before they can bring Mother Mold online. Mother Mold is what makes the Nimrods, and it's really bad. And that's what the name of the card that I was just talking about is. It's called Mother Mold Online. That automatically wins you the game. But these are the very actions that cause Nimrod to be born. So one of the scientists at a last-ditch effort uploads his consciousness into the Nimrod computer body thing and becomes Nimrod. This is an excellent single issue of X-Men. Top.
Did did I read this one?
I hope
I
so.
vaguely remember this.
You did not read this issue.
Okay. I read Inferno, which is
My next
around this, right?
recommendation is Inferno from 2021 by Jonathan Hickman and Valerio Schiti. And they do
Okay.
like remind you that happened in Inferno. So that's what you read.
Okay.
The like recap
Okay.
of
Okay.
these events. Xavier and Magneto lied about bringing Mystique's wife back. They're assholes.
Mhm.
Yep. Jerks.
They are sussy boys. Yeah.
They're such jerks. Kitty Pryde was absolutely right when she said Charles Xavier is a jerk. So she takes matters into her own hands. She gets together some people who are sympathetic to her cause to resurrect Destiny. And their plan is to burn the island paradise of Krakoa to the ground. And not helping this situation is Nimrod is online, and the AIs, the Sentinel AIs, are getting information from the future to help them take out the mutants. Omega Sentinel, who we'll talk about in a different episode, a version of Mega Sentinel from the future where the mutants win and take out all of the AIs until she's the only one left, comes back to the past to tell the Sentinels how they can win instead. No matter what happens in this story, things in Krakoa are going to have to change because this kind of proves that the system is broken.
Of course. Of course. I mean, they screwed over Mystique and Destiny
Yep.
by
Not
not resurrecting Destiny.
Yeah, not only that, it's revealed in this story that to the general populace that mutants can resurrect and that they are not doing that for humans. So humans are pissed.
That's right.
Nimrod is also very scary in this story. Like, he's a badass who kills a bunch of mutants.
Yep. All right. Is that it, Brad? Or is
Yep,
that your
that's it.
recommendation?
That was 3.
Okay. The only thing that I have for mine, I don't have anything for Nimrod. Like, has Nimrod been in anything? Like, I know
The
he's been in.
animated series.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, I'm just gonna recommend a thing that has been on my mind recently, just because I know that Brad has been watching this. And I've never recommended this. Uh, uh, Dropout TV is a streaming service that I have been a fan of and have been watching for a couple years now. And the flagship show on that streaming network is it's a game show called Game Changer, where they change the rules of the game every single episode. And it's up to the contestants to learn what the rules of the game are and then to win using the new rules. Uh, and it is unbelievably funny. It is a hysterical show. They always have very talented comedians who are uh, endlessly entertaining. Brad,
Yeah.
I'm throwing it to you. What do you think about it? Is it,
I
uh,
don't like to binge shows. I like to watch like an episode a day, episode every couple of days. I did nothing today except watch Game Changer. I watched
it's
13 episodes today.
holy crap.
It's
Yeah,
great.
it is, and every episode is different, and every episode is entertaining. Uh,
Every episode is
Brad, I'm gonna tell you,
different. Every episode is different. Asterisks.
yeah, asterisk. Almost every episode is different. They go places later on where you're gonna have so much fun, Brad.
I'm looking forward to it.
it's
I got lots of episodes left.
It is a great show. There is a new season coming in the very near future, so I'm looking forward to that. Uh, and I guess that's it for our show today. I want to say a special thank you to Kyle for joining us. It's always nice to have people on who like this game and like the character that we're here to discuss. And we like Kyle a lot. Kyle's a real nice guy. Thank you for joining us, Kyle. Thank you, Brandon, for being here. I always love having you on. Thank you, Steven, for always being here. And thank you, Brad, for running the show. And until next week, everyone out there, I hope you have wonderful games of MCP and have a wonderful week. Goodbye.